Everyone tells you to quit your job and chase your dreams, right? Wrong. Look, I studied 10 billionaires, and guess what they did? The opposite. They kept their boring 9-to-5 jobs while secretly building empires. Phil Knight sold shoes from his car trunk. He was an accountant by day, shoe salesman by night. Sarah Blakely cut up pantyhose in her apartment. She was selling fax machines door to door. These weren't side hustles. They were billion-dollar businesses in disguise, and nobody saw them coming. In the next 20 minutes, I'll show you 10 brands that started this way. Real companies, real billions, real people who kept their jobs. By the end, you'll understand something. Keeping your job might be the smartest business move you ever make. Hit subscribe so you don't miss strategies like this. Let's go. Section 1. The Big Lie. Social media is lying to you. You see people quit their jobs dramatically. They post about it. I'm chasing my dreams. No more 9-to-5 prison. Sounds inspiring, right? Here's the truth. Most of them fail. Why? They run out of money. They make desperate decisions. They give up. The smart ones, they did something different. They kept their paychecks. They built their businesses nights and weekends. They tested ideas without financial pressure. Think about it. Your job is paying you to take risks. Your job is funding your dream. Your job is teaching you skills you'll need. It's not a prison. It's your investor. And it doesn't even want equity. The real strategy is simple. Use your job as your safety net. Test your idea without going broke. Only quit when the business demands it. Not when you're bored. Not when you're inspired. When the business actually needs you full-time. Let me prove it with real examples. Section 2. The Blueprint. 5 stories. Story 1. Nike. Phil Knight, 1964. Phil Knight is an accountant. He also teaches at Portland State University. Boring life, right? Wrong. At night, he's doing something else. He's importing Japanese running shoes and selling them from his car trunk. At track meets, between races. Picture this. He's chatting with coaches, talking to runners, showing them shoes from his trunk. His first customer? Some guy from Pennsylvania. Phil delivered the shoes from his car. No store, no website, just a trunk and a dream. Here's the crazy part. He did this for years. He kept his accounting job. He lived on almost nothing, $18,000 a year, while ordering millions of dollars in shoes. Every dollar he made, back into the business. He didn't quit his job until sales hit $1 million. $1 million. Only then did he go full-time. Today, Nike is one of the biggest brands on earth. Phil Knight, $34 billion net worth. The lesson? Your day job isn't a prison. It's your investor, and it's the smartest investor you'll ever have. Story 2. Spanx. Sarah Blakely. Sarah Blakely was selling fax machines, door to door, in Florida, in the heat, wearing pantyhose. She hated it. The pantyhose, not the job. Well, maybe both. One day she's getting ready for a party. White pants. She wants to look smooth underneath, but she doesn't want pantyhose feet in her sandals, so she grabs scissors and cuts the feet off. Boom. Business idea. But here's what she didn't do. She didn't quit her job. She didn't tell anyone. She worked nights and weekends for 2 years. Her co-workers had no idea. She used $5,000 in savings. Not millions. 5,000. She wrote her own patent to save money. She created her own legal documents. She did everything herself. Then she called Neiman Marcus, the fancy department store. They said, "Fly to Dallas. You get 10 minutes." She's 5 minutes into her pitch. The buyer looks bored. So Sarah does something crazy. She says, "Come to the bathroom with me." The buyer is confused. Sarah models the product. White pants without Spanx. Then white pants with Spanx. The buyer sees the difference. We'll take it. 7 stores. That's how it started. But Sarah still didn't quit her job. Not yet. She called friends in those 7 cities, asked them to buy Spanx. She'd pay them back. She needed to create buzz. Then Oprah called. Spanx became one of Oprah's favorite things. Sales exploded. Then Sarah quit. Today, she sold majority stake for $1.2 billion. She never took investor money. 100% ownership until that sale. The lesson? Your current job is teaching you skills. Sarah learned to sell door to door. That skill built a billion-dollar company. Pay attention to what you're learning. Story 3, Instagram, Kevin Systrom. Kevin Systrom worked in marketing, at a startup, regular job, regular life. But at night, he taught himself to code. Not at a boot camp, not with a degree, just YouTube and Google. He built an app called Bourbon. It was a check-in app, like Foursquare. You could check into places, post photos, make plans. He showed it at a party. To some venture capitalists. They liked it. 2 weeks later, $500,000 in funding. Now Kevin has a decision. He quits his job. Finally. But here's the thing. He only quit after getting investor money, not before. Then he started building. He noticed something weird. People only used one feature. Photos. Nobody cared about check-ins. Nobody cared about plans. Just photos. So he did something bold. He cut everything else. Just photos. Like and comment. That's it. But there was a problem. His girlfriend told him, "I won't use this." "Why not?" "My photos don't look good enough." Kevin asked. "Why do other people's photos look good?" "They use filters." That day, Kevin built the first filter, X Pro 2. It's still on Instagram today. They launched October 6th, 2010. They tweeted about it. Tech blogs wrote about it. 2 hours later, servers crashed, too much traffic. 1 month later, 1 million users. 1 year later, 10 million users. 18 months later, Facebook bought it for $1 billion. The lesson? Don't quit to figure it out. Figure it out. Then quit. Story 4. Shopify. Toby Lutka. Toby Lutka loved snowboarding. He wanted to sell snowboards online. Simple idea, right? Wrong. The e-commerce software was terrible, expensive, complicated, ugly. So Toby decided to build his own. He was a programmer. He knew how to code. He built the software for his snowboard store, called it Snow Devil. He and his co-founder worked from coffee shops, kept costs low. They used Google Ads, 20 cents per click. Cheap. Then something weird happened. Other people started asking questions. "Hey, can I use your software? Will you sell me your platform?" Toby realized something. The software was more valuable than the snowboards, way more valuable. So he pivoted. He stopped focusing on snowboards. He turned the software into a product. Called it Shopify. He tested marketing first, tried 5 different strategies. All 5 worked. That's when he knew. He raised money, $7 million, then $15 million more. Today, Shopify powers millions of online stores. The company is worth billions. Toby is worth over $12 billion personally. The lesson? Sometimes the tool you build is more valuable than the thing you're selling. Pay attention. Story 5. Under Armour. Kevin Plank. Kevin Plank played college football, University of Maryland. He was the captain of special teams. But he had a problem. He was the sweatiest guy on the team. His words, not mine. He'd wear a cotton t-shirt. 10 minutes into practice, soaked. Had to change shirts multiple times, every practice. It was disgusting. But he noticed something. His compression shorts stayed dry. Always. He thought, why can't my shirt do that? So after graduation, he started experimenting. He used $3,000 from a college side business. He sold roses on Valentine's Day, made $3,000. That was his startup capital. He also got a small business loan. Then he moved into his grandmother's basement in Georgetown, free rent. He tested different fabrics, different materials, made prototypes, sent them to his former teammates, the guys who went pro. Try this, pass it around the locker room. His first big sale. Georgia Tech football team. Year 1 revenue, $17,000. Not much, but it was a start. Then came 1999, a big decision. Kevin spent almost all the company's money on one ad, ESPN the magazine, $25,000. His employees agreed to work without pay for weeks. Big risk. The ad ran. Next year, $1 million in direct sales. From one ad, the risk paid off. Today, Under Armour does over $5 billion in revenue. Kevin Plank, billionaire. The lesson? Start in a basement. Scale to billions. But test first. Don't bet big until the product is proven. Section 3. The pattern. Okay, stop for a second. Notice the pattern? All 5 founders did the same things. Let me break it down. Number 1. They kept their jobs. Financial stability equals smarter decisions. You're not desperate. You can say no to bad deals. You can wait for the right opportunity. Number 2. They solved real problems. Problems they experienced. Phil hated existing running shoes. Sarah hated pantyhose feet. Kevin Systrom wanted better photo sharing. Toby wanted better e-commerce software. Kevin Plank wanted dry shirts. All personal problems. Number 3. They started tiny. Car trunks, basements, nights and weekends. No fancy offices, no big spending, just scrappy execution. Number 4. They used their networks, friends, teammates, co-workers, former colleagues. First customers came from people they knew. Number 5. They tested cheap. Google ads at 20 cents per click, free email lists, word of mouth, no million-dollar marketing budgets. Number 6. They pivoted when needed. Instagram wasn't Instagram at first. It was bourbon. Shopify wasn't Shopify. It was Snow Devil. They changed based on what worked. Here's the formula. Day job equals safety net, plus skills, plus money for inventory. Nights and weekends equals build, test, iterate. Quit only when the business demands it, not when you're bored, when it actually needs you full time. This is the blueprint. Section 4. 5 more examples. To prove this pattern is everywhere. Twitter. Jack Dorsey worked at Odeo, a podcasting company. He built Twitter in 2 weeks, as a side project, at work. It was just for Odeo employees at first. Then it spread. He later sold Twitter to Elon Musk for $44 billion. Craigslist. Craig Newmark was a software engineer. At Charles Schwab, he started an email list for friends about San Francisco events. Just a hobby. He kept his day job for 4 years. In 2018, they made over $1 billion in revenue. Groupon. Andrew Mason worked odd jobs. He built something called The Point, a social network for activists. It failed. But he noticed something. One feature worked. Group buying. He pivoted to Groupon during the 2008 recession. Perfect timing. 2 years later, $1 billion valuation. Udemy. Aaron Bali was a freelance web developer in Turkey. He wanted to build an online learning platform. He pitched investors 30 times, 30 rejections. He launched anyway. Proved the concept. Then investors came running. Today, Udemy is worth $2 billion. WeWork. Okay, controversial one. Adam Newman started Green Desk, a co-working space as a side project to make extra cash. He learned the business model, then sold Green Desk, used that money to start WeWork. WeWork hit $20 billion in valuation. Now, WeWork had problems later, but the start was smart. Test small, learn, then scale. See the pattern? Job first, build second, scale third, every single time. Section 5. The mistakes. Now let me tell you what not to do, because this is where most people fail. Mistake number 1. Quitting too soon. You're excited. You want freedom. I get it. But Sarah Blakely worked for 2 years before quitting. Phil Knight? Multiple years. Craig Newmark? 4 years. The rule? Don't quit until the business pays you consistently. Not one good month. Consistently. Mistake number 2. Spending like you're funded. No fancy office, no logo designer, no business cards. Kevin Plank, grandmother's basement. Phil Knight, car trunk. Toby Lutka, coffee shops. The rule: bootstrap until revenue forces you to scale. Mistake number 3. Building in a vacuum, waiting for the perfect product. Before showing anyone. Instagram cut features. Shopify pivoted entirely. Groupon changed everything. The rule: launch small, get feedback, iterate fast. Mistake number 4. Asking everyone's opinion. Sarah Blakely kept her idea secret for a year. She only told people who could help: manufacturers, lawyers, patent attorneys. She didn't ask friends, "What do you think?" Because opinions from non-customers are worthless. The rule: only talk to people who can help you move forward, or people who will actually buy. Mistake number 5. Ignoring what users actually do. Instagram users only wanted photos, not check-ins. Groupon users wanted deals, not activism. Craigslist users wanted classifieds, not just event listings. The rule: watch behavior, not what people say. Data beats opinions. These 5 mistakes kill more businesses than anything else. Avoid them. Section 6. Your action plan. Okay, so what do you do? Right now, today, here's your step-by-step plan. Step 1. Don't quit your job. Not yet. Use it as your investor. Learn skills. Build a financial cushion. Get paid to take risks. Step 2. Identify a problem you have. What frustrates you? What did you try to buy but couldn't find? What do you wish worked differently? Remember, all these founders solved their problems first. Then they sold the solution to others. Step 3. Start microscopic. Nights and weekends only. Spend less than $1,000 to test. Use free tools, social media, Google Forms, email, whatever. Just start. Step 4. Get your first 10 customers, friends, family, co-workers, not for feedback, for sales. Charge money, even if it's just $10. Free doesn't validate anything. Step 5. Track one number. Revenue. Not followers, not likes, not interest. Revenue. Can you make $1,000 per month? Then $5,000? Then $10,000? That's your metric. Step 6. Quit only when these things are true. Business revenue equals your salary. Ideally, business revenue equals 2 times your salary. You have 6 months of savings. And the business needs you full-time. This might take 1 to 3 years. That's good. It means you're building something real. Sarah took 2 years. Phil took multiple years. Craig took 4 years. You're not slow. You're smart. Closing. Let's talk about the truth. These weren't side hustles. They were businesses, disguised as side hustles. What's the difference? Intent. Side hustle equals extra cash. Side business equals future empire. So here's my real advice. Don't hustle. Build. Don't quit your job to figure it out. Figure it out to quit your job. Your boring 9 to 5 isn't holding you back. It's funding your future. 10 billionaires kept their jobs while building billion-dollar companies. What's your excuse? If this changed how you think about starting a business, hit like. Subscribe for more strategies nobody else is teaching. Drop a comment. What problem are you going to solve while keeping your day job? I want to know. Now stop watching YouTube and go build something.